Hello and welcome to the Flipping and Wholesaling Houses in New York show. I am Michael Pinter, where I teach you how to start flipping or wholesaling houses in New York. I'm trying to get this thing straight. Or if you're already doing it, how to grow your business. So we're answering the question today, how to list your house for sale by owner. So a couple of things. In the old days, for sale by owner usually consisted of putting a sign out on your lawn, maybe listing an ad in the paper. But today, right, there are a bunch of tools. Now, if you stick to the end, I'm going to tell you what I think about listing your house for sale by owner and why I think it may not be the best idea. But today you can list it on Zillow, and you can go to multiple sites and put it on. And a lot of people who are looking on that site or that platform will see it. But here's the real issue. There really are three ways to sell your house, right? The ways are: you can list it with an agent. 90% of all houses that get sold get listed with an agent on the multiple listing service, the MLS, and get sold. The other way is maybe to sell to an investor. So I'm an investor. I also list properties. You can sell to an investor a cash offer, avoid the problems of listing, right? The main advantages, just to go over them, of selling to an investor are the certainty and convenience. So the certainty that an investor provides is that he's definitely going to close, right? He has no outs on the contract in New York, right? In other states, they have this inspection contingency BS, but that doesn't happen in New York. That's that certainty, right? Because this is something most people don't tell you. When you go to contract with a regular end user, someone who's going to buy your house, they have a mortgage contingency. And I had 17 years in the mortgage business. I could tell you on dozens, if not 100 occasions, people call me and say, listen, I changed my mind. Just give me a denial so I can get out of this contract. The standard contract has a mortgage contingency, and a mortgage contingency really is a get out of contract free card. It's very easy to give somebody a denial for a mortgage. It's simple, right? A document expired or something didn't come in yet. So when you sell to an investor, it's certain he's going to close because I have no contingencies on a contract. Also the convenience, right? So maybe you don't have to clean up things. Maybe you don't have to show the house 100 times. Maybe you don't have to make repairs. Those are the two ends of the spectrum. If your house is ordinary and decent shape, you can list it for sale. And if it's got problems, or you have an issue, or your time is a constraint, right? Like a standard transaction today, I tell people that are listing all the time, you got to count on 4 months, right? You got to count on about a month to get into contract. So you may find a buyer in a day, but it's going to take time between his attorney and your attorney to just negotiate the contract terms. Also, they're going to do an inspection, right? And then it's going to take 2 to 3 months for most people to get a mortgage today. That's just how long it takes. So, I mean, I sell properties to end users all the time, and 3 to 4 months is the average. So, an investor can close much quicker, right? I can close in 2-3 weeks, that kind of thing. So that's the certainty and the convenience that an investor provides. Now, the third option is to list it for sale by owner, as you're watching the topic of this video. Here's the problem. It is so far and away the worst way to sell, because what usually happens, and I see this all the time, is someone has a number in their mind. They say, well, my house is worth $500,000. They put it out for sale for $500,000, and maybe they get it. The problem is, in today's market, and even in any market, but in today's market especially, you don't know if that was the right price. You might have been getting $600,000 for it. The only way to figure out what the right price is to list it for sale, if you can, if the situation calls for it, and get as many people as possible to see it and have them offer for it. Now, again, that may not be what you want. You may not want the highest price, but I guarantee you that if you sell for sale by owner, you will never know whether you got the right price or not. If it's not an open market. Now, you may say, well, I listed on Zillow. There are, I would say, 80% of the people looking for houses are not looking straight on Zillow. They're not. Some people look on Zillow. A lot of people look through agents. Agents don't look on Zillow. They look on the MLS, the multiple listing service. That's just how it works, right? Some people look on Trulia. If you list it on Zillow, may or may not. I think Trulia and Zillow might be the same owner. But there's plenty of sites where it's not going to show up on. So here's how I see it. And this is how I would tell my sibling if they were looking to sell, or a parent. Even though both my parents are dead. But if I had a parent who had a house, and I listed my mother's house for sale, if your house has no problems and you have no issues and you can wait, list it for sale. If you have some kind of other issue, sell it maybe to an investor. But the for sale by owner is not a good plan. It's not. You will forever, listen, you may be happy, you got your number, you move on. You'll never know whether you got the right price or not, ever. because you showed it to a limited number of people looking at it. So I think it's a horrible idea. I really do. I don't see any benefits. And I speak to people all the time. I sold my last house with a sign. I'm going to say, oh, the house is such a hot market. I just put out a sign. I can sell in 5 minutes. You're not going to know whether you sold it for as much. Now, and I'm saying this from someone who probably my last dozen transactions all went for significantly higher than I thought they would go for, right? I didn't even understand how hot the market is. Now, as to why the market's so hot now, and what are we in? We're at the sort of end of July of 2021. I think there's an artificial lack of supply. I think the eviction moratorium and the foreclosure moratorium have caused a lot of people who would be moving and putting their houses for sale to not do that now. And I think that is what's causing an artificial increase in supply and hence a incredible spike in prices. I don't know how long it's going to last for. I don't know when it's going to go down. I don't know how much it's going to go down. I don't know how long it's going to go down for. But we're in a crazy situation now where people are looking for houses and can't find them. So you've got to make it available to as many people as possible by listing it with an agent if your house is fine. That's just the way I see it. If anybody's interested in putting a comment as to what advantages there are to listing it by owner, I'm happy to help you. I just saw a house recently was listed by owner. The guy said, I just don't want to be bothered with it. If you don't want to be bothered with it, hire an agent to deal with all the showings and deal with all the crap. Right? So I don't get it so much, but I don't see any advantage to listing it for sale by owner. I really don't. It's as hot as you think your area is. How many people are going to drive by and see a sign? As hot as your area is, how many people use Zillow as opposed to using I would say 80% of the transactions where I sell are represented by a buyer's agent. That means that person didn't look on Zillow. They told their agent to go look for it, and the agent's not looking on Zillow. They're looking on multiple listing service, the MLS. That's just the way it is because they want to get paid, right? The agent doesn't want to go on for sale by owner and have to negotiate. So let me explain how buyer's agents and seller agents work, right? Someone lists a property, they're the seller's agent. They list the commission. I'm going to give an example, 4%. If there was a buyer's agent on it, they're going to split that commission with them and give them 2%. Buyer's agents tell their clients, hey, use me. I'm going to find you a house. Give me your criteria. I'm going to spend all my time looking for you. But I'm going to get that half a commission if you close on the property. Now, if a buyer's agent looks at a property, they're not looking at Zillow or for sale by owner because no one's going to pay them. And what they're going to have to do is go back to their client and say, hey, this one may be a great deal, but you're going to have to pay my commission. And no one wants to have that conversation. This is a disgusting conversation to have. So most people are represented by an agent when they're looking to buy. And because most people are, when you list it for sale by owner, they're not bringing anyone to your house. They're just not doing it. Very rare anybody would. So I think it's a terrible idea. I can't really express enough how bad an idea it is, but it's a terrible idea. Those are my thoughts. If you disagree with me, please feel free to comment. So if you're interested in how I can help you, if you want to learn, if you want to flip or wholesale houses in New York, go to howtoflipnewyork.com. If you're interested in my course that teaches how to do this, go to howtoflipnewyorkcourse.com. If you are interested in coaching by me, go to coaching.howtoflipnewyork.com. If you are watching on YouTube, please subscribe. If you're watching on any platform, please click the thumbs up. The likes really help me. I've gotten a lot more likes and a lot more people seeing my videos lately. I'm really excited about new subscribers and people that are seeing it. I've gotten really good feedback. And if you have any comments, especially if you disagree with me on for sale by owner, put them in the comment section. If you have any questions, right, there are no bad questions. I'm happy to answer anything. If it's a simple question, I'll just reply with an answer. If it's a topic that I've covered in depth, I'll just send you links to the videos on it. And if it's something I haven't covered, or it's something I haven't covered in a long time, some new topic, I will be happy to do a video on it. So I ask you again, please keep the comments coming. I go live 5 times a week. Sometimes I don't know what the hell I'm going to talk about. So the comments really help me, and I'm happy to engage with my audience. So please keep the comments coming. If you disagree with me about for sale by owner, let me know. I can't tell you how strongly I feel, and I'm happy to debate this question with anybody. I believe for sale by owner is a huge mistake. Of all the ways to sell, it doesn't accomplish anything that you want from it. It doesn't make life easier for you, and you'll never know if you got the right price for it if you waited long enough. Thank you very, very much for watching. I really, really appreciate it. And why is this not stopping?